From our Chicago studios, this is the Muslim News on Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Samana Siddiqui. Our top story tonight. A recent survey has found that 34% of Americans do not attend church, the highest level in 5 decades. The General Social Survey was conducted by the National Opinion Research Center at the University of Chicago. The poll found that nearly 50% of Americans believe in the existence of God. This is a 10% decrease from a previous poll conducted in 2008. However, religion remains relatively strong among Black and Hispanic Americans who attend church regularly. Americans who identify as white evangelical Protestants fell to 14%, down from 23% in 2006. White mainline Protestants have also decreased from 18% to 14%. However, atheists make up only 7% of the population. Another 7% of those surveyed call themselves agnostics, saying the existence of God cannot be known. David Campbell is professor of American democracy at the College of Notre Dame. He says the rise of non-religious Americans is too steep to be explained by generational change. Nearly 250,000 people 55 years and older are homeless in the United States. Experts say this is the fastest growing group of homeless people in the nation. The government and some non-governmental organizations have set up assisted living facilities for the abandoned elderly population. Yet many older adults told a Washington Post reporter they were living beyond their means. Even at the subsidized rate, rent for these homes consumed $600 of their $800 monthly Social Security payment. Subsidized housing apartments also cost them 1/3 of their monthly Social Security income. The Post reports rising housing costs in many cities and other factors are responsible for the growing problem. The nation's system of nursing homes and assisted living facilities is also not equipped to meet the needs of the homeless population. Homeless people also suffer high rates of substance abuse and mental illness. As of July 1st, undocumented workers will no longer be able to take jobs in Florida. Republican Governor Ron DeSantis signed a law passed by state lawmakers on May 10th to combat illegal immigration. Under its provisions, businesses with 25 or more employees must use the federal E-Verify system to check the legal status of all new employees. Companies that defy the law and employ undocumented immigrants face stiff fines. Florida has over 20 million residents, of whom more than 700,000 are undocumented migrants, according to the Migration Policy Institute. Many of them work in key sectors of the state's economy, such as agriculture, construction, and hospitality. Advocacy groups say a blockade will have severe economic consequences. Samuel Vilches, director of the American Business Immigration Coalition in Florida, said the move will prevent businesses from creating new jobs and providing services. The Florida Policy Institute claims the state's economy could decline by $12.6 billion if all undocumented workers were removed from payrolls. When the U.S. military pulled out of Afghanistan in August 2021, it sparked a rapid exodus of people from the country. Among the refugees were 1,500 unaccompanied children. Of those, 400 arrived in Michigan, seeking shelter and care. The Muslim Foster Care Association came forward to assist the children. The volunteer group is providing religious and comforting services to them. This is not unique to Afghan children alone. Over the years, Muslim Foster Care has provided hope and support to several children. Group founders Rania Shbaib and Samina Zahura were concerned many Muslim children were entering a foster care system unfamiliar with their faith. They started the organization in 2016 and since then have developed programs that serve Muslim foster children and their caregivers. There are about 10,000 children in foster care in Michigan, and many more are in need of a safe and loving home. Each year, the organization serves more than 200 Muslim children in foster care. Facebook and its parent company Meta have been fined $1.3 billion by European Union regulators for violating data privacy laws. The social media platform is accused of transmitting the personal data of European Facebook users to servers in the United States. The verdict was announced Monday by the Data Protection Commission in Ireland, Facebook's European Union headquarters. The commission said the European Data Protection Board found the tech company had transferred stored data of EU users to the US. The company was given 6 months to return all personal data to EU data centers. More than 90% of people killed by extreme weather events in the last half-century lived in the global south. A report from the World Meteorological Organization notes that over 11,000 weather or water-related disasters occurred worldwide between 1970 and 2021. These events claimed more than 2 million lives and caused $4.3 trillion in economic losses. The Global South refers to countries and regions in Latin America, Africa, Asia, and Oceania. They are characterized by low income, high population density, poor infrastructure, and often political or cultural marginalization. Asia accounted for 47% of all reported deaths from extreme weather events. Of the more than 900,000 deaths in Asia, Bangladesh accounted for over 500,000, the highest death toll in the entire region. World Meteorological Organization Secretary General Petteri Talas said the most vulnerable communities bear the brunt of weather, climate, and water-related hazards. We're bringing more news stories after the break, so stay tuned, and we'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back. An experiment in Zambia has found mosquitoes recognize specific body odors to seek out sleeping human targets. A study published in Current Biology, a biweekly peer-reviewed scientific journal, says mosquitoes use body odor and carbon dioxide to locate humans. A team of scientists from the U.S. and Zambia tracked mosquito activity with motion cameras. They were found to follow scent trails and convection currents emanating from humans. Scientists were surprised at how effectively the mosquitoes were able to locate their targets based on their favorite smells. In the second experiment, 6 people slept in one-person tents set up around an arena for 6 consecutive nights. It found mosquitoes consistently were attracted to people whose body odor contained more carboxylic acids and increased amounts of eucalyptol. These acids are more likely to be produced by skin microbes, and eucalyptol is related to a person's diet and is derived from plant foods. Mosquitoes are responsible for spreading malaria, a life-threatening disease in most parts of the world. The World Health Organization estimated the number of malaria deaths in 2021 was over 600,000. China has ordered companies to stop buying products from American semiconductor giant Micron. It's the latest move in an escalating semiconductor war with the U.S. China's cybersecurity agency said Sunday Micron failed a national security review. Chinese authorities launched a review of products sold by Micron in March. The China Cybersecurity Administration said the company's products had relatively serious potential network security problems. They posed a significant security risk to the supply chain of critical information infrastructure in China, including sectors from transportation to healthcare. A Micron spokeswoman said the company would continue to work with Chinese authorities to discuss the issues. Thousands of Afghan families struggling to survive have taken refuge in ancient caves due to financial difficulties. According to the United Nations, 28.3 million people out of a total population of 40 million are in urgent need of aid. Reporters from Turkey's Anadolu news agency documented the struggle of Afghan families in the Bamiyan caves. Bamiyan province, about 4 hours west of the capital Kabul, experienced the harshest winter in recent years. Many families in Bamiyan, without shelter or necessities, live in caves along the mountain range. Some Afghan families have lived in these caves for many years, while others found refuge only after the Taliban regained power in 2021. Saudi Arabia has named an expansion project at the Great Holy Mosque in Mecca, the state-run Saudi press agency reports. The Presidency for the Affairs of the 2 Holy Mosques on Sunday approved the Mataf expansion construction project to be called the Saudi Portico. Sheikh Abdurrahman al-Sudais, head of the presidency, said the Saudi portico surrounding the Abbasid portico will have a much larger area. The building consists of 4 floors and can accommodate 287,000 worshippers and 107,000 people who perform tawaf, or circling of the Holy Kaaba, every hour. Saudi Arabia expects more than 2 million pilgrims to make the Hajj this year. Russian authorities have arrested a resident suspected of burning the Quran in Volgograd, a city in southwestern Russia. According to security forces, a criminal case has been opened against the resident, Mikita Zuravel, for insulting the feelings of believers. Security forces said the detained man allegedly confessed to working for the security service of Ukraine. Investigators said on May 19th he burned a copy of the Quran, allegedly on the orders of the security service of Ukraine. They said the SBU allegedly promised him a payment of 10,000 rubles. Under the law on insulting the feelings of believers, he faces a prison sentence of up to 3 years. A lack of funds is forcing the UN Food Agency to further cut food aid to about 1 million Rohingya refugees in Bangladeshi camps. This is the second time in 3 months food aid meant for refugees has been reduced. World Food Programme spokesman Kun Lee told AFP that rations would be cut from $10 per person per month to $8 starting June 1st. Rations had already been cut from $12 to $10 in March. The spokesman said the agency urgently needs $56 million to restore full rations. Aid workers said the measure could worsen the situation in the camps. The problems are made worse by the ban on Rohingya working outside the camps in the surrounding Cox's Bazar region. Before we end today's news, I'd like to make a special request. It takes our team a combined 55 hours of work daily to produce this news for you. It is news with a unique perspective, and you will find it only here. Sound Vision is a not-for-profit organization which produces it, and just like PBS and NPR, it depends on your donations. Please visit MuslimNetwork.tv to donate now, or click on the link below to donate. Thank you. That's all from our Chicago studios tonight. Thank you for tuning in. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for the latest updates. For more content, keep watching Muslim Network TV or visit MuslimNetwork.tv. Salam and good night.